Alright, what's up guys? What do we got going today? 2014 February. Can you believe it's February already? All the stuff that's happened in January and the first couple weeks of February is pretty crazy. I told you, man, 2014 is the year of the horse, and the horse is going to run. I told you, man, it's going to be a barn burner, and it already is. Everything is freaking happened. You guys notice all the bankers that are dying? Jumping off of bridges and jumping out of 30-story windows and on and on and on. Some guy that shot himself with a nail gun. I'm going to get to that a little bit later in the video, but this is what I want to talk about first of all. Big changes are happening on the planet, okay? And big changes are happening with me and this channel and Disinfowars. First and foremost, Disinfowars is going to go to a pay channel. We're going to have to start charging for the channel. It's been a long time that channel's been up now. We've tried to offer it for free. We've tried to just to get by on donations. It's not working. We got to charge for the channel. So that is going to be coming, and that pay stream is going to allow for Disinfowars to be a lot more pertinent with issues. We're not going to be taking breaks in between days and weeks at a time. I mean, there's going to be consistent flow of ready answers for ready events as they happen. For example, the last couple of posts, right when that Mt. Gox drama came up, we were right there stating exactly what was going on. We had to check with a couple of people that we know to get the correct info and validate, vet it to see if it was correct. It was correct a day later. We let you guys know as it was happening that somebody actually got to the people at Mt. Gox, threatened them in one way, shape, or form, and that's why you had the drama. And that was reinforced 2 days later when the DDoS attacks happened at Bitstamp. Same thing. What is happening right now is you've got these last low level Illuminati factions, which I wouldn't even call Illuminati. I wouldn't even call them Illuminati. These are I don't know, derelict factions of, I don't know, remnants of probably Rothschild, Rockefeller, things along those lines. The true Illuminati to me personally, is not Rockefeller, it's not Rothschild, it's not Bush, it's not any of the people that you see or ever hear about. The true Illuminati, the true founders of the Illuminati are people that are at top level positions in the Vatican and beyond that. Starting with the Vatican, it goes into American and British or European black ops programs, clandestine operations, super high-level grade technology, anti-grav, time travel, wormhole portal travel, replicator machines, things like that. That's real Illuminati. Black magicians, sorcerers, people who are using demonic Luciferian energy for malintentions on this planet and who are masters of that craft. Those are the real Illuminati. The guys that are being dealt with right now are schlubs, for lack of a better word. They're so low level. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever, bankers and you know, their ilk. And people along those lines, yeah. It's really not anything. Even metals market, the things that you're seeing in the metals market right now, that's not high-level Illuminati. That's low-level Illuminati stuff. So basically what I'm going to go through right now is just a couple of things that have happened in the last week or so that are very important, like the Deutsche Bank admission or relinquishment of their market rigging position on whatever board that they were on. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. And let me reiterate, what is happening right now is there's a tightening of the belt on the last or the very low level Illuminati people, and they're freaking out. That's why you have all the banker deaths. That's why you have the celebrity deaths. Did you guys notice all the celebrities that have been dying? Started with Paul Walker. That other guy, that Oscar winner that died somewhere in his apartment, drug-related, they said. Yeah, right, he was killed. Julia Roberts' sister just freaking died. Found her in a bathtub with a bunch of prescription pills all over the bathroom. That was another hit. So not only do you have the bankers that are getting pinched, but you have the celebrities that are getting pinched as well. And what this is it's just the last level or very low level Illuminati people. They're the New World power structure, the new incoming rulers of the planet, space humans, whatever you want to call it. They're putting pressure on this last group, or these very low groups, to either turncoat, stop what they're doing, or turncoat or stop what they're doing. Or they continue what they can do, but that just makes everything worse. That's one of the reasons why I did the Paul Walker video, and I told those knuckleheads, I'm like, you guys, you got to stop this crap. Stop this crap. You got to stop, because it's way too late in the game to continue this stuff. And some of them paid attention, and some of them didn't pay attention. And that's what is happening with all this banker stuff and celebrity deaths. It's what's going on with the price removal, or the price increase in silver and gold, and the price market manipulation, removal, Deutsche Bank, and it's also what's happening with Bitcoin and that kind of stuff. So it's a real tumultuous type thing, and it's very multifaceted. See, a lot of people don't understand that the Illuminati are not like a static instrument. It's not like you go to somebody's house and they're having a party and it's like, this is the Illuminati. Or you go to the Queen of England and go into Buckingham Palace and go, this is the Illuminati. No, they're all scattered all over the globe, and they're coincidentally and non-coincidentally linked, sometimes very tightly, sometimes very loosely. There's different factions, there's different groups. Like an Illuminati European group might not know an Illuminati Canadian group. Okay? So they're not really as tight as a lot of people think they are. Therefore, they're very difficult to uproot. Okay? The important members, because of their pyramidal hierarchical structure, once you crack that layer, are pretty easy to get to. But it's all the other guys at the bottom of the pyramid. It's very difficult to get to them. It's very difficult to root them out. But lo and behold, they will always show themselves, because, especially when you put pressure on them, because they're impulsive, they're obsessive, they cannot handle their own emotions, and they're very childish. They're very childish, they're very infantile, and their behavior is very kindergarten-esque. And that's what you see right now. There's pressure being put on them, okay, and so they're freaking out and they're reacting. And yeah, so just to clarify all that, don't freak out too much about what's going on in the news. I know there's a lot of internet buzz about, oh, this is the end, and all the banks are going to collapse, and oh, there's going to be this, calamity and all this mayhem. No, that's not what's happening. You've got a very steady stream of readjustment happening. And again, remember I said about 2 weeks, you're now in a process called redistribution. So humans are going to get more. And sure enough, like I was saying before, all this pressure that's being put on these small, minuscule factions, that is part of redistribution. Because once the pressure's put on and the Illuminati freak out, they expose themselves, and then humans get more. That's what it's all about. That's what it is right now. But as far as, China is sucking up all the gold on the frickin' planet. What did Jim Willey say? That for the last year, China has had 1,000 tons an ounce being shipped from London banks to China over the last year or so? Exactly. He's exactly correct. That is resocialization after the recalibration. Do you see what I'm saying? Remember I was talking about recalibration a long year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and I said, okay, it's the end of recalibration, it's the start of resocialization. Resocialization is when the Chinese, all of that stuff had already been determined, the Chinese started receiving those shipments of 1,000 tons a month. And there's also, I gotta admit, there's a lot of stuff, and the reason why Disinfos has been quiet from time to time, some of the fact is that there was a lot of clandestine operations by the Chinese and their groups, and I didn't want to really get out and spill the beans on anything. I tried to say it haphazardly in a roundabout way, and if you notice some of the posts on Disinfo, they were not crystal clear, but now that you see that there's rumors coming out that China's in control of the COMEX, China's in control of the Fed, China's in control of the Chase Manhattan Center in New York. now I can talk a little bit more liberally about what has been going on. And there was just a lot of clandestine operations going on. I didn't want to say too much, but let me just get to the point. China has got their fingers and their hands in the pot in everything. They're so interwoven among the whole fabric of the Anglo-WASP network, it's ridiculous. And that's how they can put this pressure on these last lower minion groups of the Illuminati and get the results that they're getting, because they're so interwoven, they're so intertwined. You know, the Illuminati didn't develop and introduce stealth. The Chinese developed stealth and implemented it. So remember that. 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 years ago, it's the Chinese that did it. It was the Asians that did that. So if you think the Illuminati are tricky, man, the Chinese, whew, they're slick, man. They'll be standing right next to you. You won't even know it's them. So anyhow, I talked a lot today. I put a lot of material in. Also, in addition to Disinfowars going to a pay channel, I'm going to be doing a lot more videos. And I want to say this at the closing remark here. When I started doing videos 3 years ago, I started doing videos because I was directly affected by the economic situation the Illuminati had caused. And I was so pissed off at them that I said, you know what, fuck you motherfuckers, I'm not laying down, and I'm going to start talking. I'm going to start letting go of some of the pissed offness that I got, you know, going on inside me. And that's when I started doing YouTube. I never started doing YouTube with the presumption that I was going to have a website, that I was going to have, you know, 2,000, 3,000 subs, that some of my views on my videos were going to be 35,000, 37,000. I never imagined that. I never started out that way. It just became that. I never thought I was going to have to dedicate a lot of my time to doing this kind of stuff. I never ever started out that way. For example, when Max Kaiser started out, he started out with a team of people to help him. When Alex Jones started, he started out with a team of people to help him. Look at, what's his name, Sergeant Bullcrapper. When he started out, he's got a team of people to help him. Hey, I'm doing this on a shoestring budget, minimal of effort, minimal of time spent, and just trying to just throw stuff out as quickly as I can sometimes, and at least trying to get you guys the message. I didn't have time to readjust my life so that I could deal with all of this new responsibility. So, you know, understand it sort of from my point and where I'm coming from. But now that I've been able to make the adjustments and have it come in to where I can understand what it is, react to it, handle it, process the stuff so that you guys have good material to work with, this is what it has to become. So Disinfowars, again, is going to go to a pay service. Videos are going to be more contemporary. I'm going to try and do videos about weekly, bi-weekly, or bi-monthly, and get all the topics that are going on, just like sort of what I did today, something like that. So anyhow, all right, good news, guys, good stuff happening. I told you, you're the horse, it's going to run. It's already running, and it seems like it's running over a bunch of bankers. All right, guys, thanks. Have a good weekend.